episode of Final Fantasy 15. For those of you who's not played this before, it is like a normal Final Fantasy. The difference is that you get to roam instead of being turn-based. Magic, there's no magic points, but you do get to use magic, and it does cost the mana that you absorb. There's also the summons, but you can't summon at will. And it's just more interactive. You get to hunt monsters. There's the main story, a bunch of side quests, but we start off with a future glimpse of the four main characters, which you got Noctis, Lucis, Callium, Prompto, Ignis, and Gladius. Now, I'm not going to spoil, if you've never played this game before, I'm not going to spoil who that is that we're trying to fight. But there's Prompto, who's Joker, the clown of the group, the comedy relief. Ignis Scientia, or Scientia, however you say his last name, is the cook. He's the advisor for Noctis, who is the prince. And then Gladius Amicia is like the shield, the guardian of Prince Noctis. So they each have a role with this group. And their role depends on how you interact with them. There is moments of interaction. Moments that you get to cook with Ignis, train with Gladius, or just photography with Prompto, which that's another thing they all do. Ignis is the cook.
Your Majesty.
Gladius is mostly the muscle, the trainer.
In the grace of the gods.
Prompto, photographer. Noctis being Noctis. So Noctis is technically the fisherman of the group. And trust me, the fishing in this is easy. I've played a lot of RPGs where fishing is a staple, like Dark Cloud back in PlayStation 2 era.
Well, princess.
Other games that dealt with fishing, but this one,
not like you had
it's more
formal address.
Real basic. It's like real life fishing. Because the moment you hook that fish, you have to reel it in. You gotta feed your line certain ways to make sure that fish doesn't snap it. If your line snaps, you lose everything. Your lure, your line, everything. They got it so lifelike.
You're one to talk.
And first time I played this, I fell in love instantly. Not only is the story fantastic, because you're trying to keep the prince's name
What he said. Hate to break this up, but
kind of secret.
got the motor running.
Keep the world thinks he dies,
And another thing.
and everyone that knows he's not dead is doing everything they can to keep it that way until he's ready for that final fight.
Your Majesty as well. Try to mind yours
So
around
this game was very, very long. I can tell you right now, it took me half a year to complete it, and that's me doing all the monster hunts, doing all the secret dungeons to get fantastic weapons and all
I don't
this,
know about you, but I'm ready as I'll ever
to
be.
get the royal tombs, summons, all of this. So there is a lot to do in this game.
The line of Lucis
And
goes
I
with
won't bore you with a lot of the stuff. I'll do mostly the main story, but also do like the monster hunts. That way, if you've never played this before, you guys can see what to expect or watch and learn what to do. Because I've done a lot of these monster hunts, and some are easy, some get very tough, and some are just like, what am I supposed to do? So they get very good. So right now we're on chapter 1, the departure. This is where we just leave. We're leaving, we're learning stuff. I'm letting my game get caught up here because I have a lot of unlockable things I got when I first purchased this. This is the Royal Edition version, so this is like the last one they've ever released. That gives you so much free stuff in the beginning. And boy, a lot of the stuff they give you is fan-flippin'-tastic. I enjoy it. Like I said, I'm a huge Final Fantasy fan. I've loved Final Fantasy since back in 1999. So I'm not like a full lifelong Final Fantasy fan. I haven't started playing until 99. And I've played Final Fantasy 9 first. I haven't played a lot of the older ones because I've never had a system to do so. But I still enjoy it. I love playing these games. I'll play any video game, but I just love games more that have a longer story. Longer story and more to do. I'm not real big on first-person shooters because I get burnt out pretty fast because it's just stale to me. It gets stale so fast. Like, okay, I'm gonna shoot you, but where's more to it? Like, I tried Fortnite. I've got a few videos that I did Fortnite, and I only did it because my nephew wanted me to do it.
About hitching our way there.
But those videos, like, you could tell I'm not getting into it that much. I try to.
Just gonna have to push her all the way.
I've played Call of Duty. I'm just not big on first-person shooters. I want something that keeps me entertained. Like, I know this is probably going to tick off a lot of Nintendo fanatics, but I'm not big on Mario games either. I'll play Mario. I love playing Mario games, but there's a bunch of them I won't play because they're just so, to me, basic. But I was more Legend of Zelda because there was more to it. There was more story and all this, which I've tried that new Legend of Zelda, the Age of Calamity, and I think that is fantastic.
Unbelievable.
It's a break from the original style, but it's good. To me, it's really good. And a buddy of mine who's a huge Legend of Zelda fan was iffy about it when he first tried it too, and he fell in love with it. So it's a good game. Like this one. A lot of people were iffy about they took the turn-based away. Final Fantasy 11 and 14, I think, are the only ones that were non-turn-based.
And it's my turn not to.
Because it was online. But this was like the main non-online Final Fantasy that
Hold the phone. Is it just
was no longer turn-based. And they thought it being turn-based would be a little bit more difficult. And I noticed my ring lights shining off my glasses here, so if you guys can't see my eye expression, I do apologize in advance. I didn't know it was that bright. I'm like playing this in the dark, which I think is better. There is a day and nighttime version of this too, so... And in the beginning, I wouldn't recommend playing this at night. Because, like, I'm talking about, like, the game itself. When the game is nighttime, demons come out, which are, like, 5 times stronger than any other monster you'll face during the day. So until you're, like, completely strong, prepared, and set, I would not advise facing demons at night. And as the game gets further, the demons come out more. But Hammerhead, the very first outpost you come to, the best place to ever go to. I love coming to Hammerhead. I spend more time in Hammerhead than I do any other outpost or village in this game.
Hey there, y'all kept
Not
the
because
girl
of that,
waiting.
though. I mean, she is a
Now,
looker. She
which
is a
one's the
knockout.
prince?
But Hammerhead has just...
Hello,
It's
Your
like a
Highness.
staple. You spend more
Congrats
time
on your wedding.
in the first 3 chapters
just
at
yet.
this outpost than you do
Lady
any
Luna
others.
Frey's groom-to-be here in Hammerhead.
So,
Apologies for taking so long.
and this blonde girl you
You better
see
save your
before us, her
apologies
name
for
is
Papa.
Cindy. Now, if you've played Final Fantasy, you know Sid
Cindy.
is like an icon in the franchise. Every Final Fantasy's got a Sid. Every single one. Every single one's got Biggs and Wedge.
She's a custom classic, not some beat-up
But-
old clunker.
That's Sid. So that's his granddaughter, who is Cindy. Which,
Prince
there's a
Noctis.
backstory behind Sid here, which I will let the game tell you. But
they took your old man and kicked the dignity out of him.
when I first heard this Sid
You
talk,
got a long
he
way to
reminds
go,
me
son.
of Sid from Final
And that
Fantasy
slack
VII,
jaw's getting
with
you
that foul
nowhere
language, that
fast.
attitude, like, you know, this is me, you can't touch me type attitude. That's the Sid for you.
She's gonna take a while.
But he is a modder
Don't
in this
get her
game, which,
wrong.
if you've played games, you know there's mods. This man will mod certain weapons, and they
Y'all
have to
heard
have
him.
that plus
Let's get moving.
next to their icon.
Right this way.
Those are the ones you can't sell, but they are the ones that can get stronger and stronger. So it just depends of how you want to do this.
Never liked that game.
Never any good at it either.
So now we get the chance to explore, which we won't be able to get far. But like right now, it's just showing everything that's acceptable. Now we'll work on Noctis. Now, as you see, the engine blade right here, it's Noctis' first weapon, and it's also one of the first weapons that gets modded. You can always change their outfits if you want, and I can tell you right now, each outfit you put on actually has a different effect. For example, Princess Fatigues, it even tells you down here, it actually helps increase health. The Princess Fatigues no jacket and boosts the strength, but it lowers the health. Same thing with the Casuals, it helps reduce status ailment. No jacket allows you to hit more targets, trendy, all this. And then we get what I call the funny outfits. For example, I can look like a chocobo. This is the one I love the most. When I finally got this, I was so happy. This is another reason why I love Final Fantasy 15, because I can make Noctis look like Altair of Assassin's Creed 1. Because they had an event. Ubisoft did an event with Square Enix where you get to go to an Assassin's Creed festival. You get to do the eagle jump, learn to assassinate, you get garbs for all the characters, and Noctis gets Altairs. So I've played this, when I got this, I've played as Altair Noctis, and I love it so much. This here, if you want to have an easier time, this suit of armor, the Magitech exosuit, actually will protect your characters. But the problem is, once it's strained, it's useless. You have to fill it back up again, and that can take forever. So I don't like using it. Plus, I like to at least see the characters. So I'm going to put Noctis back the way I had him before. And again, everyone has the Magitech suit, but not anything else. As you see, bam, bam, bam. Everyone's got casual, Crown's Guard, Magitech suit. So everyone's got their own thing. Here, as you can tell, I got multiple weapons already. Blazefire Saber is actually Final Fantasy 13's main character, Lightning's weapon, which looks like a sword, transforms into a gun. They call it an advanced gun blade because of Final Fantasy VIII having a gun blade. But I could tell you right now, I'd rather have Final Fantasy VIII's gun blade than that. That's not a gun blade to me. Then we got the Ragnarok, which is a very powerful weapon, and then Sarah's short sword. There is an event as you get closer to the center of the map in this game. There is an event where Noctis alone gets warped to an alternate reality. You have to help these little critters get rid of the darkness in their world, and you get this weapon from the character that helps you. So I might as well just equip it. But Noctis also is able to hold a lot of weapons. He has the ability to hold a lot of weapons. He's pretty much a skilled man. And they got everything from swords, great swords, which is two-handers, pole arms, daggers, guns, shields, machinery, which machinery is like a poison user, nail shooter, like the bigger weapons. Only Prompto uses machinery. Only Gladius uses shields. Ignis is the one that can use pole arms and daggers. Noctis also has the royal arms, which is his ancestry. And then you got spells. So right now, I'm going to pretty much set Noctis up with just 3 weapons, because I don't always use multiple weapons. Gladios, on the other hand, I'll keep it short, his great sword on there. Equipped Ignis with that, give Ignis the javelin. Then Prompto. Let's see. Scroll sheet, music team, and then an experienced band. Okay, I'd rather level up. I don't want to prevent leveling up. So, I got my guys set. They're all good. You know what? Let me change to Crown Scar Fatigue No Jacket, which I think they look better in anyways. Bam, look at that. Stunning, guys. Right there. Alright. So now we just roam around for a little bit.
Oh, hey there.
Right there we go.
Prince.
The story will continue a little bit.
Y'all ain't never been out this way before, have you? Go on,
But
have
in the
a look
beginning,
around.
you'll get
This'll
a
make sure
map.
y'all
You'll
don't get
do a
lost.
few quests without your car. Your car is broken down at the beginning. It stinks, but trust me, when you have this beauty back up and running, you
Might
would
as well
not
make good use of the
believe
extra time.
how much time you save. I literally played a bunch of different...
Wait.
Oh, look at that. That's new. Oh, this tells you about each place you go to. Nice. But yeah, at this point, you just roam around a little bit. You can sprint, jump, and all this. Like, I can go over here and try to shop, which you have no money.
Our wares.
But I can easily go through and be like, oh, what do I want to keep? You know, I can sell this short sword. I don't really
What are
need
you
it.
doing
Or,
business?
I don't know why I'm calling it a short sword. It's not a short sword. It's a great sword. But then you also got your ingredients for food. Everything here, each item will show you menus, what you can use them with. You gotta get these items. The more different food items you have, the more better foods you get. Of course, I also got a bunch of music already. I don't know how I started off with so much music. Oh, never mind. Yeah. And then, of course, we got my fishing stuff. Which, you know, the higher the defense of your fishing rod, the less the strings break. And then each string, you can see the durability. The higher the number, the better. The mind breaker also helps. Like, you got so many different items you can use to go fishing, so many different lures. What I like to do is I normally like to
We've expended the last of our
fish
funds on the repairs.
until all fish are gone.
Suggest we confer with Cindy.
Because every time, best thing to do is every time Noctis fishes,
Adding insult
it'll
to
level
injury.
up. Once you get to level
Man's
9,
in for both after charging us that much.
you can't level them up no more. But the higher the level, the better the skills. So
She ain't
each
gonna be
level
ready
gives
for
you
a
a new
while.
skill for that character.
Y'all need something?
For example, Gladios, he will find items. Let's ask for a discount. Gladios will find different. First, he finds just potions.
bit
Next
steep
level
for a
becomes
simple tunic,
ethers.
don't you think?
As you go along, he gets better. Prompto, he gets
now I
better
get it.
skills with his
This must
photography.
be what Pawpaw meant when he
So
said
like
he was gonna
filters,
teach
better
them boys a
angles,
lesson.
better timing, all
Told
this.
me he ought to have y'all
And
take care of
Ignis,
some ornery
the higher the
varmints
level,
that have
the
been
better the
causing a
food.
ruckus
So he
round
gets
here.
different recipes.
I'd be happy to pay y'all
You can
for your
always
services
get
if you're up to
recipes.
the challenge. How about
Always.
it?
Like every
So
time you
much
get
for finding
certain
an easy way
food
out.
ingredients,
Thanks a lot,
he'll
Pawpaw.
literally stop and say, "Aha! I got it! Another recipe!" And then bam, it shows you what he found. So it's always good.
But don't go running around after dark. The
They
demons
also
are liable
all
to
have their
rip
own
y'all
little
to
special
shreds.
techniques too.
This ought to be enough for a
Look at that, I
place
got
to stay.
1025
Just between
gil.
us, though. Don't
I
tell
don't.
Pawpaw.
Normally it's just 1,000. Oh wait, no mind. I sold a couple items. But they also, like, here's what I'm talking about. Here's the skills. Bam. Fishing, survival, cooking, photography. Prompto will always get his worked on. Ignis is only when you camp out. Gladios is always working every time you're walking the world. So as long as you're not driving, If you're literally walking outside a vehicle or outside of a city, his will work automatically. Prompto, it's every time he takes a picture. Noctis is only when it's fishing. Gladius is only when it's cooking. Now this is the Ascension. This is how you make your character stronger. And to me, I think it's probably the best setup. It reminds me of Final Fantasy X. But each character, literally, you can see on the bottom here, whatever's highlighted, that's the character effects. So you can get techniques. Each character gets another technique. That's kind of like their little limit break. Once your ATB bar is filled up, bam. You can do this, you can do that. So I'll go ahead and I will explore the city. I'll explore this little outpost for you later.
Keep it moving.
There is vehicles that will come and hit you. So be prepared. But I want to show you guys this battle sequence before the video ends.
Looks like we found our first targets.
I'm going to try to not spend so much time on this. But I also want you guys to experience this game too. If you want to play it or if you just want to watch this as time killer, it's fine with me. But as you can see, to me, the battle's awesome. Noctis has his ability, you can warp into battle.
What happened here?
So you can be good distance away. Use the
Not
warp,
just this one,
bam!
The hell do you think?
You just struck your enemy, you can start swinging right away.
Natural disaster.
You just gotta be careful, cause
You sure?
if
The hammerhead doesn't have a
his
scratch on
stamina
Maybe a huge monster
or his
came and
MP
knocked
runs
him down.
it. It better not be the varmints.
he will kind of stagger. So he'll be like out of breath. And you don't want that, because then that just leaves Noctis open. Noctis, like I said, being master of weapons, you can easily change. Holy crap, that is long. You can change weapons, and he has different fighting styles. So I'm going to go with the Marasami. Or Masamune, sorry. The Marasami is Sephiroth's weapon of choice. The Masamune, and I'll show you how this weapon does. And on the third one, will...
Let's do this.
I didn't mean to hit Gladius. See, like this weapon is just slow.
Offense is a good defense.
I gotta defend against 3 attacks. But
You're on fire today.
What can I say?
there is a little bit of
Keep it together.
techniques that pop up that pretty much give you more AP. And that's something you want to build up in this, so that way you got stronger skills. Or you can improve your characters faster. But
Be done in no time.
I'm not big on the heavy blades, but I always keep them on there just in case if I need a heavy hitter. So I'm going to switch to this one now, and you guys are going to love the pole arms.
So,
I love
we
him
headed anyway.
No
because
word until the
of
repairs are
Noctis
done.
teams
Then we have
up
the
with
golden
another
key.
character. He
Then
does the
after
Dragoon
that, you
jump,
hop a boat, and
which is
before you know
devastating.
it, Loverboy's hitched.
Wait for
He
car
literally
repairs?
jumps up, slams that pole down, sends a shockwave out, so all nearby enemies will get hit. So, and right there, I've already wasted all my stamina, so he's going to kind of stagger a little bit. But in the first chapter,
Almost
it's all
there.
pretty easy.
Give it your all.
And then you get to do... I want to warp in here, but... See, that's just stasis.
To catch him off guard. Don't wear yourself out.
See, right there, he just did the Dragoon jump.
Rest up.
So I was going to show you guys the warp strike, but it's been a long time since I've played this. I think it's been like 6 months since I've last played Final Fantasy 15. I've been playing other games like Minecraft and all that for you guys. But
Let's wrap up this rumble and get
you can see how effective that is. But I'll go back to the Sarah's short sword,
Who could this be?
and you guys see how much faster he is with a short sword.
Hello?
Hey, it's Cindy. How goes the hunting?
Actually, we just finished.
That's great, because I got one more hunt for y'all. Only
Sorry.
this time, it's for a person. Fella named
I'm trying to make
Dave
sure
went
my
off.
mic's not
We ain't
so
heard
loud
from
on
him
you
since.
guys, but I'm also
Reckon
trying to
he
keep
picked out a
it
spot in an old shack nearby.
from blocking my view.
Oh, got it. I'll take a look.
So, and I'm happy that I finally got an arm for my mic instead of having it down low. I think this is a lot more better.
Needs us to find some Dave guy.
I can always sit back and still talk to you guys without having to be up close to
shack.
the mic like this, whispering sweet nothings in your ears. But other things you can do, like right here, as I'm approaching this tree, you see like a little feather. That means you can actually pick up ingredients for cooking. And it's always good to, because sometimes you'll need these ingredients for some side quests. Other times you need them if you want to make some good status altering food. So there's some that'll increase your attack, increase your health, increase your defense. You'll be immune to certain ailments. So it's always good to eat food, do camping. I only go to hotel or rest area only if I need to.
You okay?
We are now. Spoke too soon.
So
I'm going all out.
Just don't get too carried.
Noctis is so skilled when it comes to any weapon he holds. I think he's just fantastic.
Same thing.
That's the warp strike right there. You can literally stagger an enemy with the warp strike. And when you stagger them, you get the perfect opportunity to try to go and
What about the shack
finish
over
them
there?
off. So, I think I'm going to stop it here for right now, guys. This is it for the first episode. Now we're going to get into more stuff with it. So, I hope you guys do like this. I'm going to go ahead and save it now. As you can see, I've got, like, the last time I played this was actually, yeah, in June. So I was right about 6 months ago. Was the last time I've played it. So, anytime you do a manual save, it's best to save it out of the light blue, save it in the dark blue. Because the light blue is automatic. It'll always save. It'll save once and then save again. It auto saves every few minutes. So that way if something happens, you at least fall back on something. And I have a bad habit when it comes to Final Fantasy games to always save twice to be on the safe side. But I'll continue this. I'll do this every Wednesday, okay? So you guys aren't getting bored out. I want to leave you guys intrigued of wanting to know what happens next. So it is going to be boring until we reach about chapter, let's say 3, or yeah, chapter 3. Because chapter 2 goes by real fast. When this chapter ends, it will end literally here in a little bit. Then we go into chapter 2. Chapter 2, you learn or you see catastrophe happen, and then you pick up from there. So we'll continue this. Every Wednesday will be Final Fantasy 15. Okay. I'll play this for you guys. If you guys do enjoy this, please leave a like. Hit that subscribe button, guys. My challenge is still active, but seeing how it's getting close to the end of the year, and I'm only at 40 subscribers, I would rather be at 100 by now, but if I can get 10 more subscribers by the end of the year, I'll still choose 5 random winners. And those winners will still get a $100 gift card. I just need help and support from you guys, because I want to keep this channel alive. I love doing this. This is a passion of mine, but I'm not real skilled with it. I'm literally doing this on a PlayStation. I'm hoping by the start of next year I can get a computer and be able to do this stuff better for you guys, better editing and all this. So, but I can't do it without support and help. So it's like all YouTubers. The more you like their videos, the more you comment, the more subscribers, the better, easier it is for them to do better content. So hit that subscribe button, guys. Help me out, and I will give you better content. I'm actually thinking of starting to vlog beginning of next year as well. Hang out with buddies, pull pranks, things like that. I'm also trying to do videos of unboxing. So it's getting late for me. That's why my voice sounds a little groggy. Plus it doesn't help I'm drinking Mountain Dew late at night. No, it doesn't affect me, but I do hope you guys like this series. I hope you do get into it some more. Even if you're not a big fan of Final Fantasy, at least come watch for the story. Because the story is actually really breathtaking to me. There's so much that goes on in this young man's life in this game that really could actually affect a lot of people in the real world. Sorry. My timer is going off. There it goes. Yeah, I record my videos so that way I don't drag it out too long. But I hope you guys enjoy the first episode of Final Fantasy 15. I do hope you guys come back to see more. Your boy Cass will be heading out. You guys have yourself a good, blessed night.